Hey there, this is Therese Skelly, and I am so excited that you are going to be listening to an episode of the Fiercely Brilliant podcast. Do you like those two words? Fiercely Brilliant. My hypothesis is that you are here for a reason. We all are. Our souls have led us on journeys that have very often taken some twists and turns, and sometimes it's not pretty. Sometimes there's struggle and there's loss and there's challenge, and in the middle of that, there's always a way out. And it's those times that often lead us into our great life and work. So you're going to hear stories in these episodes of myself and other beautiful people that share the journey. They share how they got to the place where they're standing, working in their brilliance, and being the powerful leaders that they are. So stay tuned and enjoy this episode. Hey, this is Therese Skelly, and in this episode of the Fiercely Brilliant podcast, I want to share a story about making an investment, about spending money and bumping into some gremlins, right? So let me give you a backstory. Okay, as of today, so I'm recording this in July of 2021, my home team, the Phoenix Suns, are in the NBA Finals. Now, I don't know about for you, but for our family, that's a huge, huge, huge deal. When I was married back in 1993, my husband and I had, husband at the time, we had season tickets. So we were huge Suns fans. In fact, I'm not embarrassed to say that my first son is named after a basketball player. So we're really massive Suns fans. So when my boys were born, we very much were a basketball family. And unfortunately, the Suns have sucked since 1993. Like they've made one round of the playoffs, but they've especially the last 10 years, the Suns have really sucked. They have just been an embarrassment, And so strangely, they got a new coach a couple years ago, and right now they're in the finals. So it's been such a joy, such a delight. Okay, so my kids say, I've got two boys, 22 and 26. And my boys say, gosh, we would really like to go to the Suns game. And I said, you know what? Absolutely. I'm going to send you to the Suns game. And their dad has since died a few years ago, but it was like, God, your dad would want you to be there, right? So it's very much mixed in with their father and missing their father. And he would be excited about this. So it's not just the sports team. It's also, a little tinged with grief as well about their dad not being here. So my son organizes tickets, and he's got, I got 2 tickets. It's this much. And as you can imagine, the tickets are crazily, crazily overpriced because, well, they can be. It's playoffs. They can charge whatever the hell they want. And then my son says, why don't you come? And I'm like, oh, wait, what? Oh my God, I'd love to come. Because I envisioned buying the tickets, they go, and I just sit home by myself watching the game. And I was like, and I went round and round and round and round. And I'm being all frugal. I'm being like, shit, for the cost of this, I'm thinking of all the other things I could do. I'm thinking, like, is this the right purchase right now? Should I really do this? And there's a part of me that's really proud of myself because I'm a good steward with money. I've gotten really responsible and really frugal. And there's a part of me I'd like that, right? I'm like, no, good. I don't. So I tell boyfriend, like, God, I really want to go, but nope, I'm not going. It's way too much money. And he's in finance. I thought he would say, absolutely, it's too much money. And he actually said, why are you not going? Why are you going to sit home and not have this experience with your boys? And I thought of all the times, particularly as women, that we sacrifice ourselves. Truth is the money's there. And the truth is I'll make the money again. And the truth is, who knows if A, the Suns are ever going to be in the playoffs again, B, if my other kids are going to, maybe the kids are going to move to different states, maybe, God forbid, something happens to one of us. And that was my boyfriend's point, is why would you deprive yourself of something you have always wanted? Why would you not give yourself that experience of being at the game with your sons? Like literally my kids used to say, all I want in my lifetime is for the Suns to be in a playoff. Like I'm in my 60s. They've only been in my life in the playoffs like a couple times that I've been there, right? And so it's a huge deal. And yet I had the pattern of depriving myself. I had the pattern that I hit in, and again, I'm proud that I'm a good money manager. And it's crazy the cost for 3 tickets. Holy fuck. Like it's just, I could be a week in San Diego for what I'm paying for 3 tickets for 2 hours of a game. And yet when, thank God I have this man that just calls me on my stuff and it's just like, wait, look at your thinking here. I'm appreciative they have somebody from the outside, because I went to him and I thought he'd be like, yes, that was a crazy purchase. And he's like, what the hell are you doing? You want to go. And so let's like unpack that a little bit, right? How many times as women, and people too, I'm sure men do it, but I feel like women are socialized into this. How many times do you get a hit that you want something? Like you have the intuitive guidance or the universe drops something in your lap and there's like, oh my God, there's an opportunity. And you go, yeah, but no, I shouldn't. Like, I don't want to take too much. I don't want to deplete the checking account. I don't want to put somebody out. I don't want to ask. And what's the cost of that? Because truthfully, if I didn't go and then next year the Suns were not in the playoffs or one of my kids moved to New York or whatever, damn, right? I would have missed it because the game is tomorrow night. I'm going to be sitting of course we got freaking nosebleed seats for thousands of dollars. It doesn't matter. I'm going to have a once in a lifetime potentially experience because thankfully I had somebody that caught me on my thinking. I had somebody that said bullshit on the scarcity thinking, bullshit on the you shouldn't ask for this for yourself. So I guess the question here is how many times and in what areas do you settle for less? How many times have you not given yourself the gift of saying, this is what I would desire? And then you kind of like align to that. What is it that I would desire? Now, sometimes we don't even, like, let's just start from the beginning. We don't even know what we would desire. Like if you've had some trauma or if you've lived in a situation where there's been hardship, or you might not even know what you desire. So that's like the pre-work, right? What is it that I would love? I'm going to love. I'm going to cry. Like, I will love being at that basketball game with my sons that sing Sons. My sons sing the Sons. Because I can feel that. I can tap into desire. But if you can't even access desire, there's a wounding in you. And so one exercise is literally, what would I want? What do I want? What do I want? What would I love? And what happens is, like, your body gives you clues. Like, you can literally just say, body, what would you like? And the body might say, I would love just to go lay in the yard. I need to be on the earth. Or I would love to move. Or God, I would love to be in bed and rest. Or I would love a bath. And unfortunately, then what happens is the mind kicks in and says, oh, that's silly. You had a bath last week. You don't need a bath. Like, it's too, like, that's what happens. So I want you to just to be with this pattern in yourself. Like, when you get an inkling of what the desire is there then a follow-up that quashes the desire? Or, so there's the quashing the desire, or but I don't know how to make it work, so I can't do it. And what if the experiment was just pure desire? Like, what would desire want from me right now? Like if I, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? Literally ask yourself that all day long. When it comes to eating, what would I want? What does my body want? What do I crave? Okay. So number one, are you noticing your desire? Number two, are you saying yes to it? And if you can't, maybe, I was blessed that I had the money, that I could fork out the thousands for this Suns game. What if my desire is to, fly my boys first class and I want to take 3 weeks in Europe? Maybe I don't have funds for that, or maybe the time is not, but I don't have to kill the dream. I can still say, okay, that's going to happen. That is going to happen. I could do research. I could, have the conversations with the kids. I could, see me, you don't have to go, not possible. You can say, what part of that could I approximate? How could I begin to say, all right, maybe not today, maybe in 2022 or 2023, you see me? So I want you just to really focus in on, are you lining up with your desires? And if you're not, if you struggle, ask yourself this question. what would be the potential negative thing that could happen if you followed your desires? See, we have like gremlins, we have these little mindset blocks whereby there's an unconscious in us, like, wow, if I said yes to my desires, well, maybe then I would be what? Selfish. Maybe I would be not spiritual. Maybe I would become shallow. Maybe I would leave people. What? Maybe I would stop seeing the clients that I've been seeing. Whoa, those are some scary things. They're not really scary, but our unconscious, the parts that want to keep us safe, small, and stuck, are going to tell us, like, wait, what? What? Like, if you really, 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 let's say you have a business, right? Think of the clients you're serving now. If you really, really, really followed your desires, would you be serving the clients that you're serving? Would you be serving in the same way? Let's go to relationships. All right. The person you're with, your partner, would you pick them today? I asked a client that earlier this morning. Would you pick that person today? And if you hear no, eesh, that's kind of a gut punch, right? That is instructing. That's telling you there's something not aligned here, right? So this is where you go through like your life, right? Would I pick this wardrobe? This is a new shirt. I would pick this today because I just picked it. I like it. But what if I, throw the old shirts on? I'm like, God, I liked this 4 years ago, but eh. And I could say, oh, well, it's comfortable. I've had it a while. No, if it doesn't make your heart sing, like, pass it on. So you do that with your wardrobe, with your relationships, with your food choices, your vehicles, your home, who you socialize with, what you read. Like, I really want you, this is how life becomes rich. When you were like, what would feel freaking yummy? What would I love next? Now, sometimes life is hard. Sometimes, we've just had a pandemic. You might have desired to go running out and going to see movies and concerts, and we couldn't. You got to cope with that kind of stuff. But that doesn't mean that you can't dream. So I just want to ask you, what is it? What is it that you would love, love, love to be, to have, and to experience, right? So what would you love to be? What do you desire to be? Maybe that's more confident, or maybe more sexual, or maybe more playful, or maybe more bold. What would you love to have? Just got a new car. I'm having fun with my new car, but I also would love to have a new computer. like, what do you desire? What would make your life better? And what would you love to experience? I generally spend money on experiences and good food. Those are my things, right? Experiences and food. I'm not so much, I don't care. I don't need like a Chanel bag or fancy shoes. I don't really value that. I value experiences and good food. And so what would you love to experience? And why are you holding yourself back? That's just the question. There's not a 7-step process to da, 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 da. I like to, for today's podcast, I want you to be in the question, what am I depriving myself from? And what am I thinking is better? Like, I was thinking, oh, it's better to leave that money in the checking account. And this is an opportunity that may not come again. So thankfully, I had somebody outside of me that basically said, I'm going to call you on your thinking. So do you have somebody outside of you that can help you, like that can champion for you, that can take a stand and say, you want this? What has to happen for you to make that? Pull the freaking trigger. So let that be me today. Let that be me. Let me be the voice that says, if you followed your desire, if you didn't judge yourself, if you trusted that the money will be there, the people will be there, the resources will be there, if you trusted that, because you didn't have, like, if I had no interest in going to see the game, I wouldn't go. You know what I mean? Like, that was my boyfriend's perspective, is you want this. So because it's in you, it is meant to be. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. And here's an invitation. I would love, and I absolutely guarantee I will write you back. I would love if you write to me and you say, oh my God, this is my desire. I would love to be in that conversation with you. Because once you talk about it, you begin to make it real. You begin to tell somebody else. You begin to like, oh, holy shit, I'm speaking those words. Oh my God, instead of keeping it inside going, that's crazy. It'll never happen. So seriously, write me, ts@thereseskelly.com or on Facebook, message me. I really, really, really want to help you expand those desires. All right. So peace and blessings, and go Suns, right? Let's pray my team wins tonight. But either way, for tomorrow night, I know I will have a wonderful time with my boys. Okay, much love. Bye now. Hey, this is Therese, and I'm so excited that you were with us today for another episode of the Fiercely Brilliant podcast. You know, if you are inspired to get to that brilliant place, if you heard some wisdom today that made you think, yeah, I need some help in that area, I would encourage you to have a conversation with me. Super simple. You just go to thereseskelly.com/let's connect. It's a no charge, no pressure conversation. And if I can support you to clear the blocks, to really step into that brilliance, oh my gosh, it would be a delight. And I'll be honest with you, we'll just have a great conversation and see where we can take it. Peace and blessings. Bye.